Hi, and welcome back. We are going to be doing a fun little experiment slash little cosplay adventure, if you will. So I got a call yesterday that a antique mall that is in Denton, Texas had a spot available for rent. It is $17 a week. However, the first week is free and I was able to set up yesterday on a Tuesday afternoon. I don't think I've sold anything in the first day. That would be shocking. But right now I only have a couple of cosplays hung up on a clothing rack and a couple of just miscellaneous nerdy items. Today I'm gonna go in and add some of my stickers, keychains, and worm jewelry just to see how it goes. And this is really just to see how I can do on the off season or less guesting and be able to profit still off of everything that I have. But I really don't know how this is gonna go. It's more of a little experiment and I wanted to take y'all along with me just to see how it goes, because you may be interested in doing this for your cosplay work and I figured I would just share my little journey. So today I'm gonna show you what I have and what I'm upgrading, and we're just gonna go throughout this entire month and see what it is. Yesterday was day 0. I am not counting it because I only had half of the open hours with this spot. However, they did let me rent the spot for free this week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is free, which I'm very thankful for. But I already paid the $17 for next week as well, just to get it going and started. Let's go and have some fun. I'm so excited to do this. Ta-da! This is what we're working with right now. I've got this to the end of the clothing rack as the space. So I've got the bargain bin here with wigs and random stuff in it. Each wig has a photo of what it looks like on a mannequin to help shop with. And then we've got the booth merch, so my stickers, keychains, and worm jewelry, and then all of these cosplays. And I still have more that I can bring in. But this is my current setup. I will be planning on adding a print box down there. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's cute, it's simple, I like it. And we'll see how it does. This is day 2 technically of it, but I'm counting it as day 1 since now it is fully set up, kind of. But yeah.
Okay, so it is Friday in the first week. I have added some framed prints in here. I'm very excited about those. I hope they do well. Nothing really else except adding a few more things and this little hook display for the wigs and everything else. So we'll see. It seems like a couple things have already sold, but I'm not gonna look at all of that until it's officially been 1 week. But exciting! I will be checking in on it in a couple days, maybe adding a few more things once they are cleaned, so we will see. Okay, so it's officially been a week since I've had the booth at the Mini Mall Antique Shop in Denton, Texas, and quite a few things have sold from what it looks like. I did one of my worm necklaces, and yeah, I added a ton more stuff that I purged through over the weekend that I know doesn't fit me or I will never get around to wearing again, so we will see how this set of stuff goes. I've added quite a bit, so we'll see. A couple things are high price range, while a lot of the other smaller things are $5 to $10, which is what I'm trying to keep it at, just because then I know it'll sell more and people will come back and check. I've added a lot more stuff to my bargain bin area as well, so we'll see. I am gonna go check the stats of it all now. I'm gonna get the little booklet that says all the tickets that have sold. So we will see, and I'll put all the photos of what it was here. Quick interruption from the update series part. I wanted to break down the cost of everything that I have going on at the booth. So if you are starting flat, you're probably gonna spend $100 just to get your inventory and the display items, because I have the clothing rack, I have the corkboard stuff, the table, and everything else. And those do add up in prices. Most of it I did get from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna try to list out all of the prices here so that you can see exactly what I mean by that, just because there is a lot of stuff that goes into the pricing aspect of opening up a little shop. There's also the fact that I am responsible for my own inventory there. If something gets
returned at the register, I have to physically go and get it from a designated area and put it back in my space and check the other booths for my own inventory. So that does take quite a bit of extra time just to keep track of everything, because if a ticket isn't in that like purchase book, then it's probably just somewhere in the store. And then on top of it, we have to be making our own tags, which isn't a huge deal, but we do have to have like our name displayed on it. The item can have like a very small description, and then on top of it, the price has to be super clear and easily removed so that it can be put in that book I've been showing y'all. And yeah, I personally really love the space that I got. It is in the bottom though. I'm gonna show you a clip of how to get to my space now, just so that you get an idea of like how much walking you have to do to get there and why the price is so cheap.
All right, it is the start of week 3, I believe, with the mini booth. I've got another basket upgraded, a couple more things added, but I think it's going pretty well. I'm gonna check the stats of the book. But yeah, it's also Eclipse Day, so there's nobody in here yet, but I'm expecting people to come down like after the fact. And yeah, I think I see an apron has sold and a couple other just like tiny things, but yeah. So far, the baskets have been drained the most, but I am excited to see what has sold over the weekend. It is April 16th. For the booth, I just finished tidying it up. I'm gonna do a lap and make sure things are in the area, see if there's anything in the lost and found, and see how the book is doing. And yeah, I think it's technically the start of week 4, which is really exciting. So we'll see how it all goes. Maybe week 3 or 4. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so it's been just about a month of having this booth set up here, and so far I've learned quite a bit about the setup, about what draws people's attention in. So I've adjusted like a few things throughout the month, as you've seen, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's still a really good spot. I am excited to see if more of this goes throughout the next couple weeks, but I think I'm gonna stick with this since I have so much inventory and I just have so much stuff that I need to cycle through cosplay wise. So yeah, I am gonna keep up with this for quite a bit, but if you want to stop by and see it, it is in the Denton mini mall. And yeah, like I'm really proud of this. None of my like prints have really sold, but yeah, I'm gonna do a little breakdown summary of how it went, what I want to improve on, and tips for anyone else that wants to go down a similar path.
All right, so that is the entire month of having a mini mall spot / antique mall spot as a cosplayer. Now, most of my inventory is stuff that I no longer use and or want in my cosplay collection. So I already had that inventory set up. I did not drop ship any of it with the intent of reselling, and I did not buy the pieces thrifted or secondhand with the intent of reselling. This is stuff that I had that I no longer had a purpose for. So do what you want with your booth. That is just how I'm running it. I'm not gonna be scalping, I'm not gonna be thrifting with the intent of resale. I'm thrifting and buying things with the intent of using it, loving it, and then finding in a new home. Just putting that out there. Now on to the numbers. So the booth rent was $17 a week for me, and since I had to pay for this week as well, it was about $68 of booth rent throughout these couple of weeks that I had to pay to be able to continue to have a spot there and be able to cash out. Now, I probably only made about $280 in sales, and that is with a 5% commission on getting cash back and whenever I get that final check. So you got to keep those in mind whenever you are actually selling your items. I did also have to have a tax business number, and I filed that, I made that, so now I do have to follow through and actually file those numbers. On top of it, I did have a couple items stolen from my booth and or just lost in general, and I'm gonna count that as about $25 worth of merchandise. Unfortunately, one of the first items I thought I sold was a worm necklace, and I think somebody just pocketed it, which really sucks, because, you know, I made those and I really, really love making them, but now I'm not gonna restock them unless there's a demand for it since one was already stolen. There is also different options in my mini mall and others to where you can have a locked space for items like that, but you have to be on the top floor of the one that I'm renting from, and the booth rent is more expensive up there and it's smaller, so I didn't want to do that yet. Maybe in the future if this becomes more lucrative, but for now that's not my best move. And yeah, I think it was definitely worth it because I've gotten a little bit more name recognition. I've gotten a lot of input. I've learned a lot about sales tactics and just marketing in general through having this spot. And yeah, I learned different aspects that are trending. And since my rack specifically doesn't have a huge variety of sizes, I think that it does hinder a little bit when it comes to my sales. But since I am not going out and seeking out these items to resale, that's just how it's gonna be for me unless I get the wrong size or people collaborate with me to have items in this booth, which you are also allowed to do. If you want to share space, you can totally do that, but they still only want one person's name on it. So you gotta do that yourself and figure that all out. But yeah, I definitely think it was worth it. If I were to start from scratch, I think one of the biggest things that I would do is have more just little tchotchke items, but unfortunately I just don't have those in my brand right now, which is why I'm gonna start making them. I'm gonna be making drink water buttons and a couple other items since I do have a couple other guest spots planned for this year and I want to have that inventory in my booth. I plan to have this booth up for a while since I think my routine is gonna be, like I said before, love a cosplay, wear it, shoot it, and then resell it to try to find it a new home. That's just what works for me. As I said before, it is not for everyone. It is your own life. You do what you want. But yeah, I hope that you guys liked this month-long journey with me. And I hope this inspired you to kind of jumpstart your own booth and or business and or whatever you want to do. And if you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer. And if I missed anything in this video, I'm going to make another update about the booth in a month just to continue the process and really show you the full scheme of it. But it's going to be shorter updates. It's not going to be every week, and it's going to be more of what I'm learning each month. So stick around if you want to see how it goes. I think having this booth for an entire year would be really cool to see. So I think I'm gonna do it. Why not, you know? And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
I want to take a quick second to thank my patrons, Louis, John, and Mondo. Thank you so much.